Welcome to another orthogonal drawing presentation for graphics technology. This one is the last orthogonal in a series of three. This one's the bracket, and it's going to require 3 views plus fully dimensioned. Alright, so to start out, making sure I always put my name into the title block and the date. The scale of this is 1:1, it's already given. So first thing I need to do, check everything's square with my T-square, then extend my views across, and I'm going to use a 45-degree set square to box in. So down here is going to be front view, top view, side view. So my front view, as given, is going to be 115 wide. So plot that out. So 115, so 11.5. And the height it's given is the full height is 60. I always do the maximum sizes for boxing in, so I've got that full scale of my shape and how it's going to look on my sheet. You'll notice that I extended that right across my sheet because I'm going to use the height for my side view and the width for my top view. This indicates the bottom of my top view, so I'm going to just pop that in. Now the top view width is also 60, so measure and mark my top view depth at 60. And extend that across, and like the other two drawings, I am going to use a 45-degree line from the top right hand corner of my front view being boxed in, and that will give me the side view. So wherever that hits, I can take that straight down. That gives me my side view. Doing all this in construction line weight, so nice and light, makes it easy to rub out. Okay, so I've got my front, top, side. Now I'm going to start putting in the detail on my front. First thing, starting from the bottom, I've got the plate at the bottom, which is 12. So measure and mark the plate at 12. Draw that all the way across. Now I'm going to be over on my right view, so this is actually going to be to the right side, so looking at this face. So this is actually going to be a hidden detail over here, so it's going to be dashed. It's a 2 mil, 1 mil, roughly, dashed line. Try and be consistent. Okay. Alright, now I don't normally put in hidden detail, but I was moving my line across to the side view, so it's not a full line. It would be a pain to do a full line and then try and take it back to a dashed line, so I just did the dashed line straight up. Now I will need a compass for this particular one. I need to identify where my center point is, and then I can use my compass. So first I'm going to do that full width, which is 50. So 50. And of course, this, you can see the center line is showing me that this is actually being 50. That means that that center point, that's equal distance from the outside. So a diameter of 50, meaning a radius of 25. So if I mark 25 across, that is where the center point will be. So it will be through that line. Also, it indicates it's 23 up from the base, so I will measure and mark my center point at 23 mils. There it is. Now I've got my center point. I can do 2 arcs, 1 circle, 1 arc, setting my radius to the larger one first, so setting it to 25. So set my point on 0, and this is nice and stiff, so just adjusting it to 25. Ooh, need to make sure that that's not moving. Okay, so there is my 25 point. So setting that as my center now. I need to describe or draw an arc. Very interesting. That shouldn't have come to the outside if this is exactly 25 down. So that's curious. So that was most certainly 12. That was most certainly 23. And the overarching is 60, sorry. So, okay. So somewhere along the line, some inaccuracy has added together. So the further I get away from 0, you notice that it's actually added up to an entire millimeter, which is unfortunate. It's clearly, that's why we do dimensions, because as accurate as we try and make things, there's always that fact that our lines are always, they always have thickness. They are not 0 thickness, which meaning that there's between there and there to there and there to there, slight variations in measurement has added up to a mil out. Okay, I'll just clean that up and I'll have to redraw that before I adjust my compass. Setting that in the same place, just redrawing my line. It's nice and clean. Okay, now the second circle is going to be diameter 25, so radius 12.5. So setting my compass on 0, setting this to 12.5. There it is. Now I need to do a full circle here. I might actually adjust. Notice that my pencil is not quite level to my point, which means it makes it harder to draw circles. So I'm just going to try that again. Sitting at 12.5. Okay, that's going to be easier to draw, I hope. Alright, now making sure that my center point doesn't move as I come around and draw my arc. Keeping an even, firm pressure. Okay, it's always a bit difficult to keep an even, firm pressure. Okay, alright, not too bad. Not too shabby. Now I need to center line through this, but I still haven't done this back plate here. So I'm going to do the back plate and then I'll do some center lines. The back plate being 12. So set this to 12, do my vertical. I can take that line up across the top, so that's going to be outline that I'm going to see, and it's going to be firm. Now I probably should finish firming in the outline on this and then doing the center lines. So that's nice and firm, so that can be considered my outline. I do need to do top edge here and this line right across. Now here you'll notice that it actually stops and doesn't come across, so this is incorrect. Doesn't come across here. This plate is flat all the way down, so I need to actually pull this line back to make this accurate. This line should in fact drop right down to the bottom like that. Just double checking before I draw my line firm that I'm not going to do a double line. As much as possible. Okay, so this one goes all the way across. Okay, so I have my front view. The only thing I need now is the center lines on the front view and a little bit of cleanup. So just get rid of some of this. Now the center line is a long dash, short dash. Okay, so I have a construction line there. I'm going to have to do what I prefer not to do, which is change the nature of the line after I've put it down. Okay, so I've erased most of it. And I'm going to turn that into a center line. Now center lines always hang just outside the circle that they are identifying. So long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash. Okay, and back down the bottom, short dash, long dash. Okay, so that is the center line for that. I also need to do one across. So again, long dash, short dash, long dash, and it has to come outside of this circle because that is also, that center point also relates to this outside circle. So short dash, long dash, short, long, short, long. Okay, so you can see those center lines, they hang just outside the diameters and circles they are referencing and arcs. Okay, that is my front view completed. I just remove some of the construction line information. Okay, now I'm going to do the top view. With the top view, I have the thickness of this like arch that's popping up, and that's indicated as 20. So measure down 20. That is going to come across 50, so I can actually pull that from my front view, so don't need to worry about that. I can just pull that across and do those light construction line weight at this point until I get some accuracy where those lines meet. Firm that in right while I'm at it. Okay. Make my corners really sharp. Yep. Okay. Alright, so now I have this. I will have to put some hidden detail for this circle that goes through. I will also have to put a center line coming through here. on this top view, we've got this angle which we don't see on our front view. So I'm going to just use the ruler freely and join those 2 points to give me that angle. Okay. Firming that in this instance because that will save me redoing that particular line. Okay, so we can see everything here now in the top view except for our hidden detail and our center line here. I'm just going to complete the outlines for that. And doing my horizontals first. And putting in some verticals. Always using my T-square and the set square in the same manner off the true edge. Finishing that last outline on this edge for my top view. Okay, just cleaning up construction lines, especially where they touch, so my top view becomes clear. And it shouldn't be hard to get rid of those construction lines if you've done them very light. All right. As I said, I've still got to do hidden detail and the center line on this top one. I can take that directly from my front view. So the edge of this circle is going to be hidden detail on this top view. And another hidden detail on the other edge of the circle. And then the center line through the middle. Again, the center line has to hang out just outside, and it's a long dash, short dash. Okay, so there we go. There's our top view. The last view is our side view, and then we need to put some dimensions on this. So the side view, we've got here, this we can bring across, so I'm just going to bring this across and down for the side view. Yes, you could measure and do it that way, but I'm going to use the conventions that make life easier for all drawings. If this wasn't such a simple shape, it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't be as easy to just say, oh, I'm gonna just remeasure it all. Okay, now what have I done wrong here? What I have done wrong is this line, if I'm looking at it from the side, it should be a hidden detail, and I have firmed it in. A classic mistake. So, and because I've firmed it in, it's going to be harder to rub out. Luckily, I have a good eraser and a soft pencil. So that line should, because I'm looking through this face, everything behind that face should be a hidden detail. Finishing my dash line there. Okay, let's try again. So here, that one is going to be hidden detail. Everything but the outline will be on this view. So I've got a hidden detail. Now I have, the only thing I have left to do is outline the whole thing. Whoops. Outline the whole thing and put in hidden, more hidden detail for the hole that goes through and a center line. So I might just do my hidden detail now. So the top of this hole, series of dashes, and the bottom of the hole, series of dashes. So you can see that the hole goes all the way through. And then I can put my center line if I like. Probably should do my outline first. Let's do the outline. Making sure my lines meet. Okay, looks good. Okay, now I have a center line, goes through the middle. So long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash. Okay. Now I'm going to clean up all that construction lines, all the construction lines, because I need to put some dimensions on this. I am going to use the dimensions as they are given on my 3D view. That will mean I definitely cover myself for all the dimensions that need to be shown, and I don't over dimension or double up. As long as I follow this layout. When I choose where the dimensions go, I have to obviously choose places where I'm not going to overcrowd my drawing. It's clear and easy to see those dimensions. So let's put in this one. This is going to be fairly easy. Clean that point off. All right. So this width here, easy to show, just above the front view. Make that diameter 50. My projection lines have to start outside my shape. Do not touch my shape. Try and make them the same length. I'm also going to put the width of this here because there's space. Nice, easy place to locate it. I'm going to make these all in the same line. So, oh, damn it. There to there, there to there. That went too long. I only want it to go to that line. Just pulling that back a little bit. So from there, give myself a bit more pencil. Nice, narrow, long arrows for these. Okay, so this one I'm going to use the diameter symbol to show I am referencing the size. So diameter of a circle, 50. And this one is 12. Now I can do up here, I can do the size of this. If I wanted to do it here, I'd have to draw over the top, and I don't really want to have to do that. So I'm going to do it on the top view. Making sure those projection lines do not touch. Alright, so I have the inside circle, and that was diameter 25. Okay, so I've got both my circles referenced. I have this dimension here I think would be useful. I think I could probably place that here. I could also put it here. I'm going to put it in a place so it's easier to understand, because there's a lot of hidden detail over here, and it's better not to do dimension hidden detail if I can manage it. So I'm just going to draw a line from there. This is going to have to touch. Now draw this as seen from the right hand side of the page, so facing the right hand side. It's a 23 there. Now, is there anything else I could put on this view and not crowd it? I don't think there is. I think this is it. I could probably put the height. I could do that over here as well. I think I'll put the height on my front view. Looks like I have space, and I don't really need any other dimensions over here in this area, so that's reasonable. I'll do the full height. With arrows. And that's 60, so just writing that so it can be read from the right hand side of the page. Now what am I missing? I have this 20 here. I could show that here, and that would be okay, or I could place it here. I think here, because otherwise I'm referencing hidden detail, and I'd rather not if I can avoid it. So I'm going to do that one here, because I don't have the thickness of that one yet. There. Again, I'm not doing my dimensions over the top of my shape. I'm doing it on the outside, where, you know, to make sure I don't clutter and obscure the design. So, arrowheads. And that's 20. All right, I think the only thing I'm missing is this one. I've got this one, don't have the 12. I can pop this here. I think that will be acceptable. I could have broken this up, in fact, but I would be pulling it across a blank area, so I'm just going to do it over here. It's acceptable. So I don't crowd anything. Could do it over here. Again, it's a little crowded. Making sure everything's sitting square. Feels like something's tilting. Okay. It's the base, which is 12. And the last one, which is the depth. It's always a bit annoying when you get a bump on your T-square, on your set square. Fortunately, it's not shape, it's just dimension. So this is a 60. Okay, I am now finished my orthogonal bracket.